Pebbles Love, $9.99. Says, great live tonight. The studio looks great. This is my first super chat, and you deserve it. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, and thank you for giving me first super chat. And Noel on Cash App just sent me $20. Appreciate that. Helps keep the lights on in the studio. Helps be able to bring in all the amazing guests that we had last night. Jen and Rita live in the studio. It was really cool. It's really cool. All right, let's get to what everybody wants to get to tonight. I had a conversation with Double Good Popcorn, and I'll tell you how that kind of all folded. And of course, the way that I do this, I always have a presentation. So I like to present, and I'll get all the things that we need to look at here, and I will play the video conversation I had with one of their representatives from their company, and I'll give you my thoughts on all of this. All right, so let me pull up my screen here. All right, so yeah, I had a conversation with Double Good Popcorn, and we will see what happened. We'll see what happened here. Let me just bring this over here. Let's do this. So this is how I was kind of tipped off, how this all started. This was anonymously posted in the Justice Group, and it reads, "Hi, and thank you for reaching out. We understand your concerns and hear you. While Double Good was designed to raise joy and create opportunity for Americans' youth, our platform eases use is an occasionally attract organizers that are outside the company's vision. Subsequently, as Karen Reed Fundraiser did not violate our..." Now, they're even saying it. It did not violate the terms of service. It was allowed to remain active for its duration within our system. They are even saying, and I tried to even go over their terms of service as well, too, and I couldn't find one thing. It said in their terms of service that they would not promote anybody that was on trial for any type of hate, violence. It was like it was like violence, hate crime, but it doesn't say anything about the situation that Karen Reed is in right now. And it doesn't say that you can't fundraise for her. They're even saying it doesn't even violate the terms of service. So it goes on to say, let's see, that said, we are permanently freezing this fundraising organization moving forward, which will prevent any future funds from being raised through our platform. Thank you for your patience as we navigate this ongoing situation. So we had that drop, and that's how I got tipped off to this. So you got to think, a couple of days previous to this, there was a campaign that raised just over $50,000 in popcorn sales for Karen. So you got to keep this in mind. $25,000 goes to Karen Reed. $25,000 goes to the pocket of Double Good Popcorn. And I went, wait a minute. They're going to freeze this? They're not going to allow us to do campaigns like this again? Fuck that. I want my money back. I'm not going to support that. So I started doing the chain of events to get all this money back. And I want to go back. Look at the history here. September 20th, 2023. Almost $12,000, $11,396. You had another campaign, and these are, and I'm sure there's more of these, but these are the only screenshots that were saved and provided to me from Kelly Reed. January 11th, 2024 to January 15th. This a 4-day fundraiser, $19,108. $19,108. Then you had on April 22nd, another campaign, over $30,000 raised. Now, keep in mind, Double Good is getting half of this money. Half of this money. You go on. May 20th, 2024, $18,523. And then you have the final one here that was just ran in July before the account got freeze. $53,599. Okay. Total it up. What do we have? $133,317 over 5 campaigns. That's the receipts that I have. $66,658 of that goes to Double Good. They profit that money. That's half the money that they're going to take. They're taking half. Not even like 40%, 30%, 20%, 10%. They're taking half of that. $67,000. That's a lot of money. That can be spread pretty far in a company. So I looked at their website. It says, you know, your dedication and drive, our popcorn and app, no limits, fundraising virtually for pop-up stores, technology, 50%. And then you look at this, virtual fundraising results. Virtual fundraising results times 3. You have an average per seller. That's a person in that campaign that's trying to raise money is average of $400. And then they say an average team sale raises around $8,500 for each event. We've blown it out of the water. Every event has been over their average of $8,000, $8,500. Blown it out of the water. So now I'm pissed because I find out from Nick Rocco that they have frozen the account. So essentially, they're not giving any of the money that has been profited specifically in this last campaign of the $53,000. They have frozen that account. So now Nick starts reaching out to Double Good, and I start reaching out to Double Good, and I'm like, well, fuck that. If you're going to freeze the account and you're going to shut down the fundraising for Karen Reed, I want my money back. I think I spent about $350 worth of popcorn. Remember the night we were doing it here? They were very close to the $50,000. I chipped in the extra $350 to get them over the $50,000 mark. And I said, fuck that. I'd rather just get my money back and donate that $350 straight to Karen Reed. Screw that. I'm not going to support this company. So I started writing emails to cancel my orders. I don't want anything to do with it. I wrote them. I got in touch with someone. And they reached back out, and I just doxed my phone number, by the way. It's fine. Move through that slide. What? Good job. I thought I blocked everything out. I'm going to get phone calls now. So I started reaching out and writing emails and saying, look, I don't want your popcorn anymore. You're not going to help support what we're trying to do. We haven't violated the terms of service. You say that we haven't violated the terms of service, and I want my money. I want my money back. So it gets trickled down the chain. I don't hear anything. And then all of a sudden, like a day later, I get this email from a brand representative, and it says, hey, you know, my name's Brendan. I'm with a user experience. I'd like to talk to you. And I went, wow, what a perfect opportunity to get someone from Double Good to talk to. So I said, I'm not going to pass up this opportunity. I want to get someone face-to-face virtually and say, hey, what the hell? Can we just get some answers here? Because keep in mind, at this point, the account is still frozen. The funds haven't been released or reinstated. So let me pull this up, and we will play my conversation with Double Good. Get this ready. And here we go. Let's play this. So keep in mind, I had technical difficulties because I did this at home, and I was waiting for the opportunity where this representative said what he's going to say, and I'll point it out. And I went, perfect, because I'm going to do the same thing too. All right, let's play this. Eventually, I did get my camera to work, but here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to get my camera to work, though.
All good. Sweet. Yeah. Thanks for hopping on. Let me pull up my notes.
His new.
And before I go any further, do you mind if we record this? That's just for note taking.
Sure, if I can record it as well too.
Yeah.
Cool. Perfect. I got permission to record it. So I said, great. I got permission to record it. So I was like, all right, we're in now. All right, here we go.
I can also just send you the video, but yeah, feel free. The reason we're telling it, sorry.
No, it's okay. Take your time.
There we go. Okay. So yeah, reason we asked to chat was basically I work on it.
So the funny thing is here is I'm going to let him do his spiel. And I'm just waiting for my moment to pick my moment to talk about what I want to talk about. And then I'll tell you the conclusion of everything too. So here we go. This is great.
Design team.
He's a nice guy.
Before we roll out any new features, basically any kind of change to the website, we just always talk with users before we do it, make sure it's a good idea. If it's not, we don't do it. So we have like a couple little elements that you're going to look at, of like little pieces of copy that would potentially go into the website.
Such a nice guy.
Folks to buy popcorn essentially. So the bulk of them are like these like social proof sort of things. So it's like the term in web design, just to any kind of feature that just like reviews is a common feature that would be social proof. So you go to Amazon, you look at a product, you're like, how do I know it's good? You read the reviews, other folks that have bought it can vouch for it. That would be a common example of social proofing in web design. So yeah, right now in DoubleGood, we don't do any of that. So I wanted to run some things by you, see what you think works, and take it from there.
Yeah, it's really interesting that you guys reached out to me, and I'll tell you why. And I don't want to blindside you with anything, because you may not know, but I just find the timing is kind of ironic.
Look at his eyes. He's like, oh, fuck, here we go. So I got to tell you, I'm being very diplomatic about this. I'm not going to come at him. I'm just going to state some facts and say, listen, and I'm trying to do this in the roundabout right way. I don't want the guy to terminate the call or anything. So here we go.
And you may not be the department that I have to talk to, but it's fantastic that you're taking this call today. I'm sorry. I wish I had my camera on, because I'm a very face-to-face person, but I just can't get it to run right now. So here's something interesting. We ran a couple of campaigns through DoubleGood. We did about 5 campaigns, and I don't know if you have notes on this. Essentially what I'm talking about, I'm sorry. So maybe you can get me in touch with the right person, or at least just amuse me and listen to me for a second. So we ran 5 campaigns through your company, 4 very successful ones. The 5th one, essentially we had 1 email that was sent to DoubleGood, and our campaign got shut down. So let me just give you some statistics. With DoubleGood, we sold through 5 campaigns $133,000. 50% of that was taken by DoubleGood, because I understand, so that's about $67,000. We had 1 troll email that was sent to the company, and they essentially shut down our fundraising capability and will not allow us to use that your platform ever again. I just find it strange that would happen, and no one like this, like you're doing right now, would reach out and say, hey, can we just talk about this? I mean, $133,000 is a lot of money in 5 campaigns. And, I just would seem it to be weird that, a company that made that amount of money would say, hey, we just don't want to work with you anymore.
Gotcha. Yeah. I reached out to you. I pull, when I do these interviews, I pull like a random list of people that bought popcorn. So this had nothing to do with that, I swear.
Got it.
But it is good to know that I'm happy to figure out what the channel is to get you to talk to someone about this.
I'll give you a little bit of back.
He's blindsided right now. Let me just address this. John says, how the hell are you denied a press credential? This here is journalism at its very core. Thank you. I appreciate that. I guess I just have to need a better body of work. Listen, there's other ways to get press credentials. I'm just trying to do it here in the state of Massachusetts. I don't really need it, but it would be nice, because if I ever want to go in and sit in trials, I don't have to be held back. I can just go, I'm press and I'm here reporting on it, and I'm going to write about it, because now I'm taking up the act of writing and, wanting to express myself through writing. But I guess I have to have more credible work. I mean, if anybody knows about SJC passes, I might even just talk to Jess Machado about it, or even Aiden at some point. I know he's got a super busy schedule, but even just talking to him and going about, listen, you got to look at Aiden. Aiden has a mountain of work. He's been writing content for a long time. So they look at it and he has a body of work there. I'm new. I've written 2 articles so far. And for some reason, they just keep coming back to my YouTube channel. We don't support YouTube channels as a competitor. I'm like, I have a fucking website. I have a website now. I write articles on it. But I guess because it's not being like, you know, every day or every week or whatever it may be, I just need some guidance through it. So if anybody knows anything about that stuff, just reach out to me at my email address. We can have a conversation. Like if you really do know about it, reach out to me. We'll have a conversation. Maybe you can guide me the right way. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying here. You know, I'm just trying. But anyway, let's get back to this. Thank you so much for the $5, John. We're going to work on it, and I appreciate it. All right, let's go.
Yeah, I'll give you a little background. I'm sorry to cut you off. So we're a group that's based in Massachusetts. There's a former professor of Bentley College that's in the mid of a trial right now, and we're trying to raise money because we believe in her innocence. And I understand this is very political. It might be something that your company says no, but it would be great if someone could get to someone that we could at least talk to and get some kind of answer. We were promoting the company. We bought a lot of popcorn through this. $133,000. I would like to have $133,000. I would like to have $67,000. In 5 days. That's in 5 campaigns. That's pretty impressive. I know the last campaign we ran was the biggest one, and that was $50,000 that we made in like 4 days. That's impressive. And we just were kind of upset in the fact that, no one reached out like you did. And I appreciate your time today. I think this is great. And I'm glad that you can at least hear me and this is being recorded because, maybe it will get to a proper channel. But we just want an answer why, or if there's another way that we could work together and continue this relationship. We were just upset. There really wasn't any explanation. It was just, we are severing ties with you. We don't want to continue this, and that's it. And we understand there's opposition side that wants to shut down our campaigning, and I just find it crazy that one email would do that. But I'm sorry, I kind of talked a lot.
No, dude, totally hear you. I appreciate that. I like the folks that basically make the final call on
Sure.
what stays live on the site. I can definitely figure out what the channel is to make sure that you're heard.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
I know that the company is not as big as many people think, so it's
Now this really gets to my point, because he says the company's not very big. So again, I go back to $67,000 for a company, and they said their average campaign usually runs around 8,500, and you're making 67,000 for a company. I would think they would be more apt for someone to reach out to you and say, hey, can we have a conversation? Let's explain our terms. And remember, they said that the Karen Reed fundraising did not even violate their terms of service. So we want an answer. And I mean, and honestly, I think people are so soured by it now. We wouldn't probably use that channel again, but it would be nice to have an answer or just an apology. Like, hey, we apologize. We apologize that we shut your campaign down. We apologize that you had to go through this. And I don't know, maybe they make good on it and say, hey, we'll support you. I don't know. But, it was worth a shot to throw it at this guy. I had the opportunity, and, we'll see what he has to say. And then I have a little bit of follow-up that I'll talk about after this.
If there's often, I feel like stuff gets taken down because of a lack of, it's just, there's not a lot of people that are doing content moderation.
I am in sales,
so
and
maybe it wasn't.
I'll be honest with you, Caroline, I'm sorry that I stopped this again. I know everybody's trying to kind of watch this and listen, and people hate when I do this, but it's a live show and I usually interact off the chat. I am in sales. I was in hand-to-hand luxury watch sales for 16 years. I sold luxury watches. So I stood face-to-face with people all the time. So, you got used to reading body language and looking at people's actions and how they speak and their eyes. And you start to know the saying that I'll be back. I'll come back for it. they're not coming back. When someone wants something, they're going to get it in the moment and get it in the now. You don't just seek something out and say, I have to think about it. You know how many times I've heard that? I have to think about it. I go, they're not coming back. If you're serious, you're going to buy it in the now. And I had that experience to talk to people face to face. And, you know, I was a therapist. I was a salesperson. I was, I mean, you name it, I've done it. I've walked people through it. I used to see people come in with their wife, and they would pay by the credit card. And the next day they would come in with their girlfriend and they would pay cash. And, you know, it's funny, you learn all these relationships and funny quirks about people and crazy situations that they get involved in, and people that gamble, and it's just crazy shit. When you're in sales and especially face to face, one-on-one, you hear the craziest stories. All right, let's keep playing here.
In the proper review or something. So I will
I'll be transparent with you. Is it Brendan or Brandon? I'm sorry.
Brendan.
Brendan. I'll be transparent with you. I'm in independent media. I have a YouTube channel. I have over 33,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. We do a lot of campaigning down here in the local area for this young woman. Her name is Karen Reed. And I don't know if you've heard anything about. Yes,
he knows the case.
You've heard about the trial. Yeah. So we do a lot of campaigning down here.
Brendan knows about the case
for her. And, you know, I cover the story on my channel very extensively. And I'll be honest with you, you know, we did talk about this on my channel. We're pretty upset that just one email shut us down, not any face. And I'm glad that you're hearing me. I'm glad that, you know, we have this opportunity to speak with you. I'll be honest with you. I was upset. I canceled the 3 orders that I made. I'm trying to create chargebacks right now because I'm so upset.
I did.
You know, we just want an answer as to why, a face to it instead of an email, or, you know, maybe we can continue this relationship. I mean, I don't know. I don't really deeply know the values and policies of your company. I've glazed over them. You know, I looked at some site statistics and they said that, you know, a normal campaign only raises about on average $400.
That's my bad on that. That was a normal average salesperson. So it is 8,500. But again, going back to the campaigns, as you saw with the receipts, we raised well over the average.
Dollars. We've clearly done a lot more for the company. I mean, you know, we've done a lot more for the company in 5 campaigns, and we've, you know, quadrupled your statistics on your site.
True.
So, you know, and we enjoy the popcorn. It's great popcorn. You know, it's a fun thing. I mean, it was great. It was 3 people that ran their campaigns. We did little like meme videos and battle videos, and it was just a really fun time to keep a community together and do something good for someone. You know, in our opinion.
Gotcha. Okay, I hear you. Yeah, I mean the typical sort of like, it's a lot of like youth sports teams, things like that. So
she is a former professor, and it does say on your site that you do allow to raise money for school teachers.
Education.
So yeah, education.
Right. Yeah, for sure. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, why don't I figure out how to get you in touch with someone
sure
that could, yeah.
I know I probably whacked you today. I'm sorry, but I you know, the way I looked at it was, I have an opportunity to get a face of the company now, and I can talk with someone, and maybe they can hear me out and get me into the realm of the proper channels.
Right, definitely. Yeah, I mean, as far as the little test goes, we can definitely take a look at it. It might be, you might be a little, understandably, a little bit biased, but because of just like your, you know, got pretty negative experience recently with it. But you know, happy to go ahead. Regardless, of course, I'll make sure you get a gift card. So thank you for hopping on.
Oh, I appreciate
it. Yeah. But you know, we either probably next step, we can call it. I'll figure out if I can find like a proper channel for you to get in touch with. I'll make sure you have my email.
Oh, look at that. I got a camera. Look at this. Great.
There we go.
Hey, we got green shirts on today.
I don't know why I said that.
I know. I'm repping the company right now. Yeah, let me figure out to
Green
get you in
shirt.
contact with. In the meantime, I'll just give you my email, and we can take it from there.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool, man. Well, yeah. Again, sorry about that.
He wants out of this
annoying. I think,
conversation.
it reminds me of times on YouTube when stuff gets struck down and there's no explanation for why. So
For sure.
at least deserve a bit of an explanation. So I'll do some digging and I'll give you my info in the meantime. So.
Yeah. What's your email?
Yep. Brendan. It's just my name. So Brendan.Pepler@DoubleGood.
Okay. How long have you worked for the company?
Pretty new. It's about 6 months.
Oh,
What
so yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. Brendan dot
this guy's
Pepler.
Yeah. PEPPLE.
Yep.
Yeah,
And then
just my name.
okay.
At DoubleGood.
Okay. Well, listen. I appreciate you hearing me out. And I know this is probably not the kind of call that you're expecting today because you're doing advertising campaigning, and I respect that you're doing your job. But I appreciate that you took this opportunity to hear me out. I know this is recorded. You can share this. Obviously, I've recorded on my end as well too. Maybe we can come to some type of solution, or just at least a kind answer, like, hey, this is why. And we just felt that like essentially one troll email shut this whole thing down. And I look at it, I go back and look at the statistics. I mean, 133,000 raised over 5 campaigns, 67,000 goes to DoubleGood. I'm sure that helps them out an awful lot. You said it's a small company. So, we'd love to continue the relationship if we could, or I get it, so anyway.
For sure.
Cool.
All right. Let me go start barking up the chain and figure out how to get someone to reach out.
Sounds good.
And in the meantime, totally get why you hopped on. Totally get it. That's frustrating. But talk more soon, hopefully.
No problem. Appreciate your time.
You ain't talking to me.
Yeah, for sure. Have a good one, bro.
All right. Take care.
That guy just wanted out. All right. So anyway, couple days go by, and here's a result. Couple days go by, and here's a result. I had to write Brendan again. Brendan, it's a pleasure speaking with you the other day regarding the recent campaign for Karen Reed that got shut down due to singular email that was against our campaign. As I explained during our call, we sold $133,000 of DoubleGood popcorn, then 5 campaigns totaling $67,000 profit for DoubleGood. We would like some answers as to why a singular email could shut down such a fantastic campaign, and I'm hoping if this situation be fixed, we can continue working together going forward. Guess what? I didn't get an answer. No one wrote me back. So this is what I did. My DoubleGood popcorn showed up the other day, and I said bullshit to that. I charged back my credit, and I wrote them. To whom may concern. I'm writing to notify you that I'm returning 3 of my recent orders. The decision is a decision in response to a recent shutdown of the Karen Reed campaign, which had successfully raised over $133,000 across 5 campaigns in the past few months, which is more than a few months, over a year, generating substantial profit for DoubleGood. I recently discussed my concerns about a campaign above closure with Brendan Pepler from your advertising team. He assured me that he would escalate my concerns to a higher level. I even sent him a follow-up email, but I have not received any follow-up communication. In light of the situation, I have reversed the charges on my credit card with my credit card company and returned the popcorn below the tracking numbers for the return orders. I am disappointed that I have not been able to receive a satisfactory response or resolution, especially given the significant amount of money raised, resulting in profit for DoubleGood. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Sincerely, Brian. That's it. They can take my fucking orders and take them back. And I will never promote Double Good ever again. So as far as the money, they did unfreeze the account. They allowed Nick to take that money, but then they froze the account again so he cannot use it. So the money did get there. And that's it. We don't need to use Double Good. We won't use Double Good anymore. So I am putting this out there. If any company out there can run a campaign and not whack with this huge profit of 50% and would like to help us out, we will promote you and raise a lot of money in sales for your company. So if anybody has a product out there, you know, a food product is great. That usually works really well. You know, something that can be fun and campaigned. We had a lot of fun with this last time. The three leaders of the last campaign, Paul Cristoforo, Kelly Reed, and Nick Rocco, did a phenomenal job of promoting this. They had little videos that were going on, battles back and forth. I had some fun with it when Paul Cristoforo was like, "Hey, can you advertise my my campaign?" And I said the person that I was going to promote was Kelly Reed. We just had some laughs about it. I mean, it's all in good fun because it all gets lumped together and the money gets there in the same way anyway. So if there's a company out there, a food company or a product company that wants to work and help us raise money for Karen Reed's defense, we'd love to hear from you. You can reach me through this channel or email me at letstalklivepodcast@gmail.com. We'd be happy to work with you and do something right for someone that's being absolutely framed. I mean, their life has been dragged through the mud the last 2.5 years. And this would be a great opportunity for a company to stand up now and have some balls in all of this and let us, promote and use your product to campaign. I think it would be a great opportunity for your company for truth and justice, for someone that's being absolutely framed and had their life dragged through the mud for the last 2.5 years. So let's hear from you. Reach out to us. We'd love to work with you, see what kind of product you have, and maybe we can bring some good to your company.